How you need to be structuring your client testimonial videos. Hey guys, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting and host of the Big Stud Sales Podcast. Client testimonial videos can be some of the most powerful assets when it comes to your content creation and getting other potential clients interested in doing business with you. It's important to have a consistent structure to them. So what I'm going to review with you today are some of the 4 things that I use to structure those videos to get the most value out of them. So the 4 things are what, why, how, and results. So the first thing around what. What was the client dealing with? What were their emotions? What were they going through? What were they dealing with? What was the environment they were in? Kind of telling their story in their own verbiage. When a client tells their story using their own words, it's much more likely to relate to somebody else because they're going to use words from the client point of view. So what were they dealing with? Second is why. Why were they dealing with that situation? Why were they having those emotions? Why were they frustrated with their space? Why were they dealing with those issues? Why did they have bats in their attic, right? So what were they dealing with and then why? They might tell you some things about their ecosystem, their environment, their priorities, their growing family. Why was the problem happening? Third is how. You want to uncover how you solve the problem. How did they enjoy working with you? How did you go about the process? How was your system different? How was the way you communicated better? How did they enjoy your approach? So understanding the how around what you did, how you did it, why you did what you did to solve the problem. And then fourth is results. What were the results of doing that thing to overcome that why to solve the problem? What were they experiencing now? How did they, improve their situation? How did they improve their space? How did they improve their life? What were the positive results of working with you? Clearly, you want to make sure they're positive. I think that goes without saying. You don't want half of your client testimonials to be like moderate, neutral, or negative. You want to be extremely positive. If you can think right now that I can't find 5 people to give me a positive testimonial, maybe you need to adjust your process. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying if you're delivering above average processes, communication, and everything else that goes along with that, you should have at least 5 people who want to say something nice about you. But ultimately, the power behind a client testimonial video is somebody seeing a video of somebody they can relate to, a situation, a problem, an emotion, whatever it is that's going on in their space. It's much more likely to say, oh, if you solve that for them, I bet he can solve that or she can solve that for me. It's a really great way to just structure the videos consistently. It gets you better at asking good questions so that you get the answers, because a lot of people, and understand this, are going to be uncomfortable on camera. Most people are. So if you're comfortable on camera, help them, sit next to them, interview them from behind the camera. Don't just say, hey, how was your experience with Mike Claudio? No, it's, hey, what were you dealing with that led you to reach out to Mike? Why were you dealing with that? What were the problems you were experiencing? Well, how did Mike help you? What did he do for you? And then what were the results and what was the benefit, or what happened after working with Mike? So those are ways to guide the conversation in order to get a valuable testimonial, because I've done this where I set up a camera and just say, hey, how'd you like working with me? Oh, it's been great. That doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell a story. That doesn't help you as a potential client make any type of buying decision. So ask open-ended questions. Make sure it guides them through some sort of an experienced storytelling perspective so that your prospects get a sense of the problems you solve, how you solve them, and the results/benefits that those clients get from working with you, which will help you win fast and win often.